Hi, I'm Maureen Walsh, your state representative from the 16th Legislative District. Thank you for joining me for my weekly update of the 2013 legislative session. The House spent many long hours voting on bills in the last week. Most of the bills are not contentious and pass in a bipartisan manner, but some, I believe, are bad for our economy. One of those bills is House Bill 1473, which adds unnecessary requirements on businesses who are already following the rules. Of course, with those additional requirements come penalties for not complying. I just think adding more paperwork and penalties on employers is not what's good for our economy. As a small business owner myself, I know how overwhelming the rules and regulations can seem when you're trying to run a small mom-and-pop shop. Other bills we voted on just seem to lack common sense. House Bill 1413 would allow lawsuits to be brought against school districts, fire districts, cities, counties, towns, and others if a minority candidate does not win election. The district might have to be redrawn to favor one race over another. I spoke against this bill on the House floor.
You know, I'm just kind of reading this, and I have to concur with the comments that were made by the previous speaker. And frankly, I take a little offense to saying that some of us don't accurately represent some of the individuals. I have a very high Hispanic population in my district, and I feel like I do a very good job representing them. A whole group of kids came and saw us about this DREAM Act bill to get into college and be able to qualify for the state need grant. And I stood up for those kids because they're right. But it wasn't because they were Hispanic necessarily. It was because they were right. It's the right thing to do. And I'm just, you know, sometimes we measure disproportionality in this world that we live in, and I get it. I understand that there are issues with civil rights, but I also really think that when we continually talk about disproportionality, and we continually talk about allowing certain protected classes or minority classes to be able to change things in our system, you know, maybe we're taking the wrong approach. We've had Hispanic people serving on this floor. We've had black people serving on this floor. Nobody's stopping any of them from joining up and making sure that they're citizens of this country. We're all Americans. Why do we constantly do this? I think we perpetuate the prejudice when we continue to drive issues like this. I have great respect for the sponsor of this bill, I certainly do, but I really do not feel like this is the right way to approach this problem. I think it's frankly a little bit of reverse discrimination. I like to think that I represent everybody in my district. I don't care what your color is. I don't care what your creed is. I don't care what religion you are or where you live. I mean, I represent everybody because that's my job. I represent 137,000 people in my district, and I think I do a doggone good job about it. But I'm not going to carve out certain individuals and expect them to get different rights than everybody else. We are all Americans. Can't we just get to that point where all Americans are represented and all Americans have equal opportunity? That's what this country is all about.
Unfortunately, the bill passed 53 to 44. In closing, I'd like to invite you to talk with my seatmate, Terry Neely, and me in a telephone town hall conversation. Please join us on April 4th at 6:30 p.m. for an hour-long conversation. The phone number to join the call is on your screen. This is a great way for you to share with us what concerns you and for us to reach out to the greatest number of people. I'd just like to say I always appreciate hearing from you and welcome your ideas, comments, and feedback. If I can ever be of any assistance to you in any way, please let me know by calling, writing, or sending me an email. I also encourage you to sign up for my email updates from my website, which is also on your screen. Thanks for taking the time to listen today. It is an honor to be your state representative. I'm Maureen Walsh, and I'll talk to you again soon.